The mirror of time. The mirror of time. Imagine standing before a mirror. Not a mirror of glass and silver, but one woven entirely from light. A mirror so powerful it does not merely show your reflection. It bends time itself, pulling the past into view, revealing the instant when the universe inhaled its very first breath. This was the vision behind the James Webb Space Telescope. It was never just a telescope in the ordinary sense. It was a time machine. A device built to transform the silence of the void into memory, to turn darkness into a story, to let humanity witness creation itself with its own eyes. Its design was unlike anything the world had ever attempted. 18 golden hexagons unfolding in space, delicate and perfect, like petals opening on a flower of unimaginable size. Together, they formed a single eye, an eye crafted not to watch the present, but to stare across billions of years into the deep past. When Webb was launched into the cold silence of space, its mission was breathtaking in its simplicity yet staggering in ambition. It would peel back the cosmic curtain. It would search the blackest skies ever observed. It would look for the faint glow of the very first stars, the earliest galaxies, the first sparks of order and structure rising out of nothingness. Astronomers thought they already knew what Webb would reveal. For decades, the story seemed complete. First, the Big Bang. Then a silence, a long, dark age lasting hundreds of millions of years. Gradually, hydrogen clouds would collapse under their own weight. Stars would ignite, and galaxies would begin to form. But they would be crude and fragile at first, small, misshapen, clumsy beginnings in a young and chaotic universe. That was the expectation. The further back one looked, the simpler the universe should appear. Wisps of gas. Faint smudges. Hints of order, but nothing whole. But when Webb's golden mirrors focused on a patch of sky thought to be nearly empty, the universe refused to behave as predicted. What appeared was not haze, not formless clouds of dust, but galaxies, bright, structured, rotating, alive with stars. It was like opening a diary you believed would contain only scribbles of childhood, only to discover entire chapters already written in perfect, flowing script. And these galaxies were not rare exceptions. One after another, they appeared, blooming out of the dark like sparks from a fire. Some with spiral arms coiling gracefully like ribbons in a cosmic dance. Others heavy with brilliant clusters of stars burning furiously. Some already carrying black holes at their centers, blazing like lanterns. This was not chaos. This was not fragile beginnings. This was finished architecture. Galaxies that should have taken billions of years to assemble were already standing tall within a few 100 million years of the Big Bang. It was as though the universe had skipped ahead in its own blueprint, as if skyscrapers stood completed in a world where bricks had not yet been imagined. And the mystery only deepened when Webb's instruments split their starlight into spectra, the fingerprints of the cosmos. What they revealed shocked scientists. Not only hydrogen and helium, the simple gases expected from a young cosmos, but heavy elements. Oxygen. Carbon. Iron. These were the ashes of stars that had already lived, burned, died, and exploded in violent supernovae. Not just once but in cycles. Generations of stars had risen and fallen in a universe still thought too young to crawl. These galaxies were not just cradles of newborn suns. They were already rich with the materials of worlds. Metals that could build planets. Gases that could form atmospheres. Ingredients that could one day sustain oceans and, perhaps, life. The young universe, it turned out, was not a gentle nursery rocking its first children. It was a raging furnace. Exploding. Collapsing. Recycling matter at astonishing speed. It was not crawling toward complexity. It was sprinting. And with each new image Webb sent back to Earth, the question grew louder, more unsettling. What if the impossible universe? Then came the most jarring revelation of all. Webb uncovered a black hole billions of times the mass of our Sun, already sitting at the heart of a galaxy less than 400 million years after the Big Bang. Even in today's mature universe, such giants are puzzles. We still do not fully understand how they grow so large. But in the earliest dawn of time, their existence was cosmologically absurd. Black holes are supposed to grow slowly. A massive star collapses. Then, over billions of years, it feeds on dust and gas, grain by grain, swelling in size. Yet here was a monster so massive, so soon, that no model, no simulation, no textbook could explain it. This was not a child growing too quickly. This was a titan born fully grown. To make sense of it, scientists reached for radical possibilities. Perhaps primordial black holes formed directly from ripples in spacetime. Perhaps exotic forms of dark matter fueled their growth in hidden ways. Or perhaps the very laws of gravity and time themselves twisted and bent differently in those first moments of creation. These were not minor adjustments. They were complete rewrites of the universe's origin story. And the contradictions kept multiplying. Webb's gaze revealed patterns etched into the fabric of the cosmos, spirals, ratios, fractal geometries, where randomness should have reigned. It was as if chaos itself wore a mask of mathematics. Not chance, but design. Not art, but architecture. A hidden script running through reality's bones. Then came something stranger still. In a region of space thought to be utterly empty, Webb detected faint traces of complex organic molecules. Not simple gases, but carbon chains, the very seeds of amino acids, the foundations of life. And they were not attached to planets or stars. They drifted freely, carried across space for more than 13 billion years. Life's ingredients, it seemed, were not a late addition sprinkled into the cosmos. They were there almost from the beginning. Life, perhaps, was not an accident at all. It may be a built-in feature of the universe itself. And then came the most unsettling image yet, the flower. 6 galaxies arranged like petals around a central mass, spaced with eerie precision, rotating in near-perfect synchronization. The odds of this happening naturally are almost non-existent. Some dismissed it as an illusion of gravitational lensing. Others chalked it up to coincidence. But for some, the symmetry felt too deliberate, as if placed there, waiting for eyes like ours to notice. And then came the most disturbing speculation of all. In quantum physics, observation can alter reality. But what if that principle scales upward? What if the universe itself changes when it is observed? Some of Webb's images appeared subtly different between data runs. Patterns shifted. Alignments bent. As though reality itself was aware of our gaze. Could it be that by peering into cosmic dawn, we didn't just discover the past, we awakened it? The James Webb Space Telescope has revealed galaxies too mature, black holes too massive, chemistry too advanced, patterns too precise to belong to the universe we thought we knew. These discoveries don't just stretch our theories. They snap them. And in their place rises something stranger. Not only science but the possibility of intent. Maybe we didn't just uncover the universe's memory. Maybe, for the first time, the universe remembered us. So the question is no longer, what did Webb see? The question is, what saw Webb? If this unsettles you, if the timing feels too sharp, the patterns too deliberate, the revelations too synchronized, know this: you are not alone. Stay watchful. Because the next signal may already be on its way. And when it comes, it may not simply show us the past. It may show us ourselves.